All right, we're over to a race start there, the 600 Formula 2 Supersport New Zealand Superbike Championship class out there. And on pole position it is Dan Jenkins. Had a big crash yesterday. He's got 1 point in this championship from qualifying on pole position. So he's out there on the orange mega motorcycle bike. The team were very, very busy yesterday cleaning up this bike. The important thing, it was a huge crash just out of turn 3 there. The bike tumbled fairly well, but he got up straight away, which is what I like to see. But mate, he's right back in about 8th position. How's Avalon Biddle going to do today? She was struggling yesterday, qualified 13th, was up in 5th, but I already see her on the number 21. She's got 21 back. She's in 4th position on the MTF Finance Kawasaki ZXR 600. This is her old bike, a new one's there, but not quite ready. But Avalon looks like she's on fire. It's Ashton Hughes out in the front, and there we got Rogan Chandler from Lower Hutt on the number 15 in 2nd place. Dylan Telford got a podium yesterday, his first ever podium, as we see both those bikes go past, I think, Ashton Hughes, and round the outside goes that little wee MV Augustus 675. Oh, you can just tell I've had a couple of Red Bulls, can't you?
Most certainly, Spider. No, it's great to have the energy in here, and awesome to see the tightness up the top of the pack, and just having a look at our leaders on the track, bringing out your top 4. Avalon Biddle on the number 21 Kawasaki. A couple of triumphs up there. Looks like Dan Jenkins in 3rd place, Spider, and just taking a look as we go into turn 1 there. Rogan Chandler is your race leader. Dylan Telford up in 2nd place. So it'll be interesting to see where this one goes from here.
Dan's right back in about 8th or 9th place. He's on the bright orange commentator's dream bike, but it is hard to pick up. We've got reflections on the screen, but we've got Rogan Chandler in front with Dylan Telford there on the TR20 bike in 2nd place. Ashton Hughes there on the Big Bush Farm. Kids, be careful when you Google Big Bush. Ask your parents first. That's where Sonia's mother's farm's down in Riwaka, Kikawa, down the top of the South Island. And in 4th place, I think that's Avalon Biddle, and there's her recently adopted husband, Jake Lewis, on the Blue Crew Yamaha, the number 14 bike on the 600. He was a superbike rider for a while, but dropped back into the 600s and dropped back in quite well. He's in 4th position there. We've got a change of lead for the front. Rogan Chandler, the builder from Lower Hutt's gone through into the front, but he's not going to have it all his own way. That bike in 2nd place is certainly napping on his heels, and then there's a triumph in 3rd place. What a great range of motorcycles out on the circuit.
Definitely, and very similar to our Supersport 300 race as well. It's awesome racing up the top here, and just as we take a look at our MXT timing update to give you the top 4 as they come around. Looking at Rogan Chandler as your race leader, Dylan Telford in 2nd place, Ashton Hughes in 3rd, and Avalon Biddle in 4th place, still holding on there. So our lap record for the Supersport 600 class is a 1:07, and that is held by Sir Damon Rees, which was set back in 2016. So it'll be exciting to have Damon Rees back over in New Zealand very shortly, Spider.
I think he's running the shop this weekend. He's in charge and back in the country, but unable to race at the moment. They've got other things going on. But so what happens is that's the Formula 2 lap record. We've also got the 600 Supersport out there. Normally on a 600 Supersport class, you'd be limited to street legal tyres or wets. But with the combination of that and the Formula 2 class at the Suzuki International Series, they're allowed to be on slicks. Not sure what everyone's chosen out there, but at the end of the day, we're about a 2nd off lap record. There's a slight breeze. It's actually coming from the south, so it's not affecting anyone on the circuit. It's only probably 5 to 10 knots of that, so it's not going to give anyone any speed advantages or disadvantages. So right now we're running in the 108.279 or 108.279. That lap record's a 107.046. Track is warming up, don't know what the temperature is, but it's a beautiful day. Rogan Chandler out the front, just getting to grips with the new Suzuki. He was on Yamahas for a while. He's a Formula 125 New Zealand champion, a great racer in the classic races, races Manx Nortons as well as Gerard Dobson's Manx Norton and his Norton Commando, but he's been hunted down by the T-Rail rider, the TR20 rider, Dylan Telford. He's a man that went to Italy some years ago and took a bike over there, or got a bike over there and did a season over there and really sort of made people notice, just so hard financially to do it. But the gap's opening up down the back straight, 15 bike lengths between 1st and 2nd, maybe a little bit more. We go back to Ashton Hughes on the Scott Structural Triumph, and it's great to have the Scott Structural sponsorship on that bike. Ashton, a local boy, he's from I think he's in Palmerston, but he works at the Air Force just up the road there, Brad. Nick Ritchie.
Yeah, certainly. No, it's a common mistake there, Spider. And just taking a look, it still seems your top four is intact with Rogan Chandler leading the pack at the moment. Awesome to walk through pit lane this morning, Spider, and just seeing the presentation of these bikes in the 600 class as well. Immaculate motorcycles, which is awesome to see. Especially standing out there is 21 Avalon Biddle on the Kawasaki machine. She's currently sitting in 4th place. So top three just creeping away from her as we head out of Splash, and it'll be interesting to see if she can claw back some of that margin there. So if we could just have a look with the MXT timing, rounding out the top 5. Cormac Buchanan step up into 5th place, Avalon Biddle in 4th, Ashton Hughes 3rd, Dylan Telford in 2nd place, and Rogan Chandler still holding on to it out the front, Spider.
Yeah, I made a mistake there earlier on. I thought that was Jake Lewis up there on the number 14 bike, but indeed it was Cormac Buchanan in front. He's double classing this weekend, so those two Blue Crew Yamaha's Altherm bikes out there absolutely charging down there. A great range of motorcycles out there, and this class is brought to you by the iPony Oil franchise. We see number 36, Chance Oliver from Masterton, go through there on the Triumph 675, enjoying the wet yesterday, but everyone's enjoying the dry weather a lot more. Best lap time of 108.279, so we're still way off. That's Rogan Chandler. Watch Ashton Hughes there in 3rd place, mate. He's on fire. He's on fire through here, but it looks like Dylan Telford pulled a little bit of the gap between him and Rogan Chandler in front. They can press up. Usually at this stage of a race, they can get spread out. And Avalon Biddle's got a view there. She's got about 100 metres. Those three guys out the front will be slowing each other down a bit, but I don't think Avalon's got enough pace there. She's running around at the 109 mark. So yeah, the other three guys are in the 108 sector. As they go into Higgins there, just tightening up there. Ashton Hughes is really, really strong coming up the head.
And looks like they've got a lead change, Spider. And and looks like Rogan Chandler's run into a few dramas on the back straight there. We've had a lead change, and it looks like it'll be Dylan Telford heading into the lead, followed by Ashton Hughes. So hopefully we can get an update and see where Rogan's at. But just taking a look as we pass the timing mark, and yes, it is Dylan Telford in that beautiful MV.
He's got something wrong with his gear shift. It might be a quick shifter, sorry to interrupt, but he's definitely looking down. That's Rogan Chandler. He went across the start line. He's looking down at his gear change system. So he's now just in front of Avalon Biddle, and that's not going to last long, and indeed it didn't. Avalon just snatched a chance there as we see the lead bikes going ahead, and Ashton Hughes on the Scott Structural Triumph there, doing the bizzo there with Dylan Telford there. He got 3rd yesterday, mate. Can he get 2nd? Can he get in the front? So Avalon Biddle's now inherited 3rd. A good strong 3rd. There's a 24 bike field out there. 23 bikes started. S.J. Gaville right in the back end. Yep, no, it might even be a number from yesterday. We've got something going on down in the pit lane there. They're trying to notify someone going on there. But anyway, let's have a look. Where's these lead 2 bikes? They're coming onto the front straight there. They're halfway down. No, that's some bikes further, a long way further down. What's going on there,
Spider, we've just had an update. There is a black flag out for bike 36. That's just come from the control tower, so we've got a black flag out there.
So Ashton Hughes still leads down the front straight there with Dylan Telford there on the TR20 MV Augusta. Right there in the tail. They've got 2 beautiful presented bikes here. I know his partner Joe does a lot of work there. A great team there in one of the sheds. Go and say hello somewhere along the day to those people. All the riders want to talk to you. Just be aware that we are running a New Zealand Superbike Championship and a Suzuki International Series. And if they're busy, just stand back a little bit. Particularly the sidecar guys. You can ask them for get a photo on the sidecar, because the sidecars are always a crowd favourite right out of that hairpin. And Ashton Hughes, I think that might have been a little tail slide there. Didn't seem to lose any ground. Dylan Telford's in behind him. We go back about 250 metres to Avalon Biddle. She just changed her name, I think, to do Avalon Lewis. Got married about 2 weeks ago on a Friday. And Cormac Buchanan going behind him with Jake Lewis there following. We've got Luca Durning coming through there. He had a bit of an off yesterday. A rider went down in front of him. He had nowhere to go, and then unfortunately collected the rider. But that rider is pretty much A-OK. So Luca Durning done a bit of racing in Australia recently as well. So it's great to see him on the Barracks pointed machine there. Great fields all the way through there, Nick Ritchie.
Yep, certainly. So, yep, there it is. The Triumph is out in the lead so far. So we'll just bring you back there. It appears that Rogan Chandler, who came out to a very strong start in this race, has dropped back to about 6th place at the moment. So Jake Lewis getting a comfortable 5th position there. So good on Jake and Cormac, the Yamaha boys, for getting up there. And it looks like Rogan has dropped off the timing there. So we'll just get an update once it spins around to see where he's at. But you're top 3 so far, Ashton Hughes, Dylan Telford by Avalon Biddle. So exciting stuff, Spider.
Yeah, great to see Tarbin Walker over there, the Wanganui lad. A lot of people think he started life in the Gixxer Cup, but he was racing a Pro Twin before, but then he went into the Gixxer Cup and up to the 600 Supersport, and he's been in Australia for a season odd racing there, and he's bought a Yamaha over here, and I hope his mother Cairo's watching. No doubt she'll be watching on the ever popular Ctas, so it's great to see Tarbin out here, and I think he's running the number 51, not doing too well this weekend, not too sure what was going on. I was talking to Avalon yesterday and she was amazed that he went past on a full wet, but it turned out to be intermediate, and great to see him out here on number 51 machine, one of the 23 starters in this race. Ashton Hughes still got it all sorted out down the front straight. There's a gap of 0.427 seconds, just short of the 100-mile-an-hour best speed, averaged 159 kilometres an hour around the 3.03 circuit. What do we reckon? Who's Tom Bramett? What do you reckon about this battle for the lead here? We're just going to find the microphone. He was warmed it up in his underwear.
Yeah, looks like they're pretty close together, and I think they're just sort of getting the laps down, and it'll probably come down to the end of the race.
What do you ride over in Australia?
I got an R6 in Australia.
Yeah. And is that the strong bikes over there? Do you have much of the MV Augustas over in Aussie?
No, it's pretty much dominated by Yamaha, Kawasaki, and Honda. Back in NZSBK.
All right, we've got 3 laps to go, and down that back straight, this Triumph just seems to be opening up a bit more of a gap. There's probably 33 bike lengths between first and second place, the number 92, followed by the number 20, and then we go a long, long way back. Avalon Biddle's under pressure by, I think, Rogan Chandler, so what? No, actually, that could be Cormac Buchanan. So I don't even know where Rogan is. We're just looking out for the colours. It's quite hard to spot them right down the back, so Ashton goes through for a first place there. A couple of laps to go, followed by Dylan Telford. And here's the battle going on for third place, and it is Cormac Buchanan on the number 14 bike, hunting down Avalon Biddle. He tries up on the inside, sticks that leg out. He's done a lot of racing miles, but I tell you what, Avalon's been around the circuit a hell of a lot. Closes up to about a bike length between third and fourth, coming out of the Toyota quarter as they go into turn 2 at Manfeild. And we go back there and behind them, and it is Jake Lewis there, followed by, what's that white bike there? It's a motorbike, of course.
I believe that's Luca Durning, Spider. Luca Durning.
No, that's one of the Aussie boys, B. Sorry, we haven't mentioned the Aussie boys. Yeah, we've got a rolling screen here. Stephen Blount, oh, that must be a lapper there. Stephen Blount coming over from Perth. There's Stephen Byrne, he's the letter S, and Stephen Blount there on the letter B. So that must be a lapper there. Sorry, Nick Ritchie, can't look at everything all at once.
No, that's fine. We don't blame you, Spider. So just keeping an eye out. Having a look as we go through. So the difference between first and second was 0.6 of a second. So that Triumph is spreading the gap a wee bit up the top as we see them past the timing mark and down into the top corner.
Well, Ashton Hughes is going to be looking forward to this, but Dylan Telford's got right on his tail. I think we'll be right with lappers. Well, I was down in Timaru 2 weeks ago. Ashton was riding the Andy Crichton 748 Ducati and set a lap record for the pre-95 Superbikes. He qualified on pole position for the New Zealand Supersport 600 at the same track by about 2,000ths of a second about 3 years ago. Had a season off, smashed his elbow up at Ruapuna, and he still hasn't got full movement of his arm, but look at that, he's flying down there. I know his partner Nick, there'll be some belly wrestling going on in the house tonight if he takes a win. I'm sure there would be. But here he goes. There might be some lappers on that final corner, that big, the big turn number 7. No, I don't think so. But Dylan Telford's closing right in there. He's been following them a lot of the race. Is there a fine line for him to get through? Will these lappers play a part? No, the lappers sweep through that driver training, Manfeild driver training course. Ashton Hughes, is he going to run to the line here, Nick Ritchie?
Yeah, it'll be very tight, Spider. It'll be interesting to see. But also a good battle happening through there was Avalon Biddle and Cormac Buchanan as well. So just coming out of that last corner there, can Avalon hold on to it? And well done there, Avalon Biddle holding on to third place there. And fourth for Cormac Buchanan. Fifth is Jake Lewis. So awesome for Cormac to be doing the 2 classes today. Excellent to see. Aaron Hassan coming in at 6th place. Luca Durning in 7th. And Tarbon Walker claiming 8th in that race.
That's a great ride from Aaron Hassan, who's been out of the sport for several years. He's the brother of Jaden Hassan. They went away for a couple of years, but a good solid ride. And Jaden had a crash on a superbike at Hampton Downs the other day. Unfortunately, badly broke his back. So he's sidelined for the meantime, but a great bike from Aaron Hazan. Neil Ritchie.
All right, thanks guys. Just had an opportunity to catch up with Tom before Tom heads back. The pits must be absolutely gutting here, Tom, because you had an opportunity to go out and ride on the MV the other day. Here's Manfeild. You were talking about the fact they're similar to a circuit, but you trip to New Zealand seeing our tracks. Is that your kind of style, would you suggest?
Yeah, we've got tracks like this, and we've got GP tracks as well. But yeah, our local tracks are definitely like this, and I like this style of track. Usually, it suits my style, and they're usually pretty fun.
Right, hey, only a very short time to get accustomed to the MV, sort the glitch out. Do you think it's a great machine?
Yeah, I really enjoyed my a few laps on it. It was really nimble. The gearbox is really good, and it's got nice torque. So yeah, it was actually really, really nice to ride, and it was a pleasure.
Right, can we get you back over for some more rounds?
Yeah, that's the plan. I think the boys will get the motors ready and get some stuff sorted, and we'll be back here in January for the Christchurch round.
Fantastic. Hey, bad luck for this round, but thank you for coming to join us. We always love having Aussies. As you know, we go over and like to race against you guys as well. So welcome to New Zealand, and go have some fun.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, Tom. Great to have Tom with Helicraft and Buttercard and our great sponsors, Night and Day and Pirelli, along with Race Supplies. And of course, Gold Park. Remembering Gold Park, the place to go in beautiful Lawrence. Gumboot Coffee and Kiwi Bike, along with Kim Super Finishes, Be Effect, the brewery, and of course, Shoesy, along with our favourite Joe's Garage. So checking it out. Well done. Cool team. Hey, wow. Come on, Manfeild, what about it for Avalon Biddle, hey? Come on. Thank you. Well done. A 10th yesterday, Av. That's way behind you. That's history, as we like to say. What a different race. What a better race.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately, I carry through my 13th place qualifying position through to today as well. But, I haven't managed to let that stop me. Got a really great start and pushed my way forward in turn one. And, tried to hang on the back of these guys. My quick shifter wasn't working right from the warm-up lap. So at least I knew that. But, my right wrist was getting pretty sore. I admire those guys from back in the day riding without quick shifters because it makes a difference. So we'll get that fixed for the next race and we'll adjust a bit of setup and see if we can run with these front guys. But I just have to say a huge thanks to Maddie, Johnny and KMD racing team because we've had a lot of fun. It's our first podium at the Nationals this season and there's many more to come with Dale and Dave. So it's awesome to be here.
There it is, the best speech as well, hey? How's that? Well done, Ev. So much time, so much respect, and awesome to see today. So, opportunity as we catch up with the rest of the crew, and looking here to Dylan. Well, it proved there was no fluke yesterday, Dylan. Personally, mate, well done. We've seen those struggles. We've seen that excellence coming through.
Yeah, no, pretty happy overall now. We're just going to, all the training's starting to pay off, and it's, thanks to Robert for helping us this weekend to get the bike set up, and Dentures Plus for supporting us this season. They've stuck with us through the thick and the thin, so it's awesome to be able to give them some results. And of course, Mum and Dad and Jo, she's puts in a lot of time behind the scenes, and all the rest of the team, Ryder Racing here, helping us this weekend, and Pirelli's been hooking up awesome this weekend, and so are those EBC brakes. So let's bring on the next one.
Hey, let's go back to that time in Italy, doing an apprenticeship over there. Is that kind of thing paying dividends, that overseas travel, no substitute for it?
Yeah, it was pretty intense racing over in Europe. The level's pretty intense. There's not just like 4 or 5. There's like 30 of them out there. So it's if you make a mistake, you're down in 20th. So it was definitely a good learning curve. But all the training, it still pays off. So training heaps.
Do you ever remember your first time here at Manfeild? Were you that young? Were you here in nappies?
Yeah, I remember my little Kajita cruising around here. So 17 years ago. So it's been a while.
Yeah, well done. What a great story. Here he is, a favourite son here at Manfeild, Dylan Telford. Well done, Dylan. So great to see. Here we are, the Artier Electric, and yes, indeed, Ashed on the Scott structural team paying dividends. Mate, you're wiping the sweat from your brow. You had to work for that.
Yeah, definitely had to work now. It was getting pretty knackered towards the end there. The tyres starting to go off a little bit and sliding around. I sort of think I had Rogan and Dylan into turn 1 and maybe into the hairpin, but sort of lost it all into Higgins. So we've got a little bit of work to do there for the next race. But yeah, it feels pretty good to get the first Supersport win.
Hey, better than you walking around in crutches than you would have been. So in fact, you could actually say positively for you.
Oh, possibly it was all good, but no, we're all pretty glad to be back racing.
Yeah, doesn't he right? That cool team behind you. You think the team makes a difference?
Yeah, absolutely. The sort of continued support from Jane at Scott Structural and all our sponsors. It's been, absolute pleasure.
Well done. So there we go, Ashton Hughes, another one onto the podium. What a great number 1. What a cool podium, and everybody, of course, loving it here with our F2 racing. So on our program. Hey, folks, just want to do a shout out as we've got our next class just going out here for us at the moment as we pick up the debris. I'd like to